Hi, good evening, everyone. Aman, Bhumika, Dheeraj, Harsh, Mehak, Shubham, welcome to the class. Adish, Deepak. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the class. Good evening. Good evening, Harsh. Okay, so let me tell you about myself first, right? Has have you guys taken a class from me? Okay, Dheeraj, welcome to the class. Dheeraj is my old bacha. Dheeraj is my old bacha. Yes. And Dheeraj, you qualified this time, right? PM. Very good. Okay. So let me tell you about myself. So for those who already know me, it's not for you. You guys already know me and you know me better because we spend a large amount of time, almost 2 to 3 months we spend. So it's like we'll be spending December mid, half of December, January and February together. So 2.5 months. So it's a very long time for you guys to know me much better. But anyways, this is first class audit and assurance, class number 1. And today is 17th of December 2022. And that's it. So today will be your introduction. And I will tell you a bit about how the course goes on and how everything is. My name is Satyarth Prakash Dwivedi. Yes, a bit long and difficult to pronounce. I don't know. It's not my idea. My dad had this idea, so you cannot blame me, right? So, and I'm an ACCA member. It's been 3 years, 2 more years, and I'm going to be an FCCA. So proud of the fact that I become ACCA. And let me tell you guys also, the day you become ACCA, your life is going to change forever. Do you know how? Tell me how your life will change post ACCA. Yes, tell me how your life will change post ACCA. Yes, people can't say. Okay, any guess? What happens? What happens after ACCA? Your life will change drastically. What will happen? Tell me. What will happen? Yes, anyone? Any guess? The first thing that you'll get. The first thing. The first thing that you'll get. Number one. I'm writing priority wise. Your perspective or the world's perspective. The number one thing that you'll get is that precious smile. So post ACCA is that precious smile on parents' face. Lot of money will follow in some time. Don't worry. Lot of money will follow in 5 years time. If you keep working hard, you'll be making anywhere between 25 to 40 lakhs. Don't worry. An year. And that's a lot of money. Trust me. Beyond 25 lakhs, you don't need money. Just one more. Then after that, it is just one more car, one more house. That's it. So in 5 years time, if you keep working hard, you will be earning anywhere from 25 to 40 lakhs. So the first thing that you'll have is a precious smile on your parents' face. How many? I was truly working for that smile. I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to see, yes, outside India might be possible. Not what? Shubham? Very easy. I can tell you now, after 5 years, any company, if you keep working, don't quit working. Don't quit working post ACCA. If you do not take a break, you will be like 25 lakhs is not a big thing. And I'll teach you how to do that, how to reach there. 25 to 40 lakhs is very easy. Just ACCA plus 5 years. So which means 3 years of experience as well. So that means 8 years. In 8 years time, you are saying that in India it is not possible. I'll tell you, my one of my friend, he's a 2019 ACCA. He's a 2019 batch ACCA. Do you know he got his license in 2019? Okay, some glitch, I believe. Yes, guys, audio and video, please. Please send me a. Is it working fine? Just send me a yes or a thumbs up. Just send me a yes or a thumbs up. Is audio video fine? All of you. Someone says it's working. Bhumika says it's working. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to get is the precious smile on your parents' face. That is the most important thing. Lot of money will follow. Just post ACCA. If you keep working for 5 years, I'm telling you, you can easily reach 25 to 40 lakhs. Why the range is so big? Because some people keep working for the same company. Some people will keep working for the same company. So there is a concept of switch. How many of you have heard it, or how many of you are already working? If you're working, you already know this. No, it's advised that you don't start your camera. You can just type in. So we'll have a good interaction today, don't worry. The first class is always interaction only, so don't worry. Plus also I need to tell you the basics of auditing, so that I will tell you, but first class is just interaction. How many of you are working? So if you're working, you know the concept of switch. Yes, sir. So second thing is so switch we'll discuss in a while. Second thing, first is precious smile on the face of your parents, because they have done everything to bring you wherever you are, wherever you guys are. It is only because of wherever I am, or wherever whosoever is. Parents, the contribution of parents cannot ever be belittled. So don't do it for anyone else, but do it for these people. Don't do it for anyone else. Do it for these people, your parents. Are we stuck? I think my laptop is stuck. Okay. I don't know. Something's missing. So the first thing that you'll get, and this is, trust me, this is the best compensation you can get, because your parents have worked day in and day out to make you whatever you are today and whatever you're going to become. When you become ACCA, they are the ones to thank. So thank them. Thank them every day of your life, not just when you are ACCA, but thank them every day of your life. Are we stuck? Is it fine now? Voice is breaking. Just give me 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, let me just set up things.
Okay. Is the audio fine? Yes. Is the audio okay now? Very good. So the first thing that you'll see is the precious smile on the face of your parents. So this is the most important thing. And I cannot tell you, when my result came, I just video called them because they were not in the same city. I was actually not in the same city as they were. And I just cannot forget that face. So that is a very, very important face that you'll see. And you will want to keep it with you for the rest of your life. But first you'll have to clear ACC. Number 2 is respect. Most important after the first one. Number 2 is respect. Once you are in ACCA, people will start respecting you no matter what, because now they know that you're not scrap. Now they know that the scrap has been filtered, right? Now they know it has been filtered and you hold some value when you say something, right? Your sentence, your whatever you say, that will hold value. Okay. So the second thing you'll have is respect, right? Number 3, obviously, sir, we have to earn lots and lots and lots of money. So these 3 things in this order is going to be your reward for working hard for the next 1 or 2 years of your life. Just, how much you have to work, 1 to 2 years for this reward. See, you'll have to work all your life, but you know, walking with pride. So there's a term called walking with pride. And once you are in ACCA, you can go out there, walk with pride that, I am one in like million people, right? India does not have a lot of ACCAs. So you'll be one in almost a million people, and which is you're a rare commodity. Once you become ACCA, you're a rare commodity, like a diamond. Why is diamond so, why do you think diamond is so precious? Yes. Why do you think diamond is precious? Tell me. Because in so much of coal, where is diamond found? It's found in coal mines. And when a certain level of pressure is applied on coal, then diamond will come. But do you think from all coal diamond can be made? No, sir. And it's not available. India has so much of coal, but we don't have diamond mines. There are no diamonds, right? You cannot mine diamond. You can mine gold. You can mine silver, but you cannot mine diamond, because diamond is created when the nature exerts its force. And if for 1 or 2 years, you are under pressure, you are under force, so what? So what? Do you want to remain coal or you want to become diamond? Because, you have to become rare. You have to become a rare material. If you want to become rare, become a diamond. Okay. Yes. Gold, silver, everything. Whenever we talk of standard, we talk of gold. Whenever we talk of standard, this is gold standard. Have you heard this phrase? That this is gold standard of finance, or this is gold standard of, audit. So when you look at Big Four, what is Big Four? Yes, can someone tell me what is Big Four? Yes, guys. So I was part of one of them for 4 years. I was with PwC. I was a part of PwC for 4 years. EY, KPMG, Deloitte, and PwC. These are the big fours in India. So when we talk of, auditing, so these big fours are the gold standard. But when I talk of rarity, have you heard gold being very rare? Has anyone heard gold being rare? No, because sir, gold is not rare. Diamond is rare. Everyone has the capacity to turn into gold, but not everyone can have, if I burn you, you might still survive. But if I put so much of pressure on you, either you'll break or you'll become a diamond. Okay. So you want to become a diamond, whatever pressure is coming on you, take it, make it, do not break. Okay. Right. On that note, yes. Now I'll take your questions for some time, and then we'll start discussing the syllabus for audit, and then we will move on to some concepts of audit today itself. Now tell me, I'm ready to take your questions. Tell me. Yes. Yes, guys. Any questions? Come on, guys. I thought there are 10-15 people and I'll have like 1,000 to 1,500 questions. Where are you guys? Yes. Come on. Questions, people. Sir, any questions? You have experience of 5 years in accounts selection. You have completed MBA. Okay, that sounds good. You've completed your MBA from? Difficulty of AA is similar to PM. PM, has anyone done PM till now? Have you done PM? No. So PM is over, Mehak. PM is over. Did you appear PM this time or you've appeared? What are the effects of doing SEC? I just told you, na. In December you've appeared. Okay. So you've taken Anushka's class. Okay. Because Dheeraj and a few students, they've been my PM students also. Okay. MBA done from private university. Full time or you've done correspondence? Full time or correspondence? Then yeah, you are as new as anyone can be. And trust me, correspondence MBA does not give a lot of advantage. And NMIMS, oh my God, Narsimonji. You qualified NMAT. You qualified NMAT. From Narsimonji. So Narsimonji gives a good placement. Shubham. Narsimonji gives a good placement. If you are through the NMAT route, they'll give you a good placement. If you're CAT or NMAT, either CAT or NMAT. So what is the average package they're giving? MUJ, I am not familiar with it. Yes, Rash. Yes, Yash. Please go ahead with your question. It is your first attempt of ACCA. Manipal also gives fine placements. Not great, but okay placements it gives. Jaipur. So Manipal, Jaipur, okay. I've been to Manipal. 16-17 lakhs they quote. Yeah, so you are not able to unmute. Okay, let me unmute you. Okay, Yash, please unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, Yash. Good evening. Tell me.
Sir, actually, my name is Ayush. I've logged in from my brother's laptop, so I'm
Okay.
not able to change my name also due to some security checking settings.
Okay.
And sir, like I just tried to introduce myself, and I also wanted suggestions from you. So basically, I'm a CA final student, and sir, I've appeared for my exams like just last month, November, and I'm
Okay.
expecting my results next month.
Right.
And post that, sir, I'll be starting my job, like depending upon my results and if I crack the exams.
Have you cleared one group?
So it was my first attempt, and I have appeared for both the groups.
Okay.
So that
you can start with ACCA, which will not be a problem. If you
correct.
clear, then also it will not be a problem. If you, God
So
forbid, that
basically,
you
sir,
don't.
I'm going for my MBA next year. Like in 23, I'm going for my MBA. So my classes will start from mid-May. For my November 23 का CAT के लिए मेरी mid-May से classes start हो जाएगी. So I want your like suggestion as in what will be the right time. Like I've already registered with PG Learning Destination for all the 4 subjects. Now I just need to plan my roadmap, like which timeline and which exams and which subjects.
So now I think I will advise you on this, that you
Okay.
appear for AA and FR together. If you
So
think
AA is, I'm sorry, I'm not very aware of the curriculum. So
audit and assurance. AA is audit and assurance.
correct. Correct.
Okay. And financial reporting, which
So
audit and
these both are
assurance you
papers
doing
of
with me.
professional level and
Huh?
so AA and FR are papers of financial professional, like the final
No,
level
they
of
are skill level papers.
the skill. I've already got. I've got 9 exemptions. Like I'll be registering in January post my CA.
Then why are you?
Sorry, sir.
Then why are you attending the class? Because this is a skill level class.
Okay, sir. Actually, Keshav, like the counselor, had forwarded the link because at the moment I have not got the exemption, but I'm just waiting for my results. And
Okay.
I've
If you have
like
40 plus, then you'll get the exemptions.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, if you know, it depends on what gamble you want to do in life.
Sir, it's a very risk, like high stake that I'm putting in because I'm like
See, it's not a high stake. because once you study here, double A,
Okay.
right?
Correct.
Even if you clear, it will help you in triple A,
So triple is like a auditing paper for professional level.
advanced audit paper. So once
Right.
once you know the concepts over here and you
Correct.
study here, so then
Correct.
you are ready for triple A as well. So it is going
Correct.
to
And sir, has it got any, just asking if you can answer, like, has it got any link with CA, inter CA final level advanced auditing or something?
see, in double A, we use
Okay.
ISAs. ISA is basically International Standards of Auditing.
So that has got no link with the things
No.
which we have studied.
No, it's not like. So SA, you use SA standards on auditing in the Indian,
Absolutely. Correct.
right? In when you are appearing for double A. So what happens is that SA and ISA are SAs have been copied from ISA.
Right.
With
So
some
we have studied the background about this. Like I can recall thoda, matlab I
So
can.
with some modifications, SAs have been, they've been like Ind AS has been taken from IFRS.
Correct.
Similarly, SAs have been taken from ISAs. Now, if
Okay.
I tell you how to check debtors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll test debtors for what are the assertions?
So for debtors, I can go for my debtors aging. Then I can go
So
the
what are the first? See, your procedure will always come from assertions. We will talk about assertions. We'll talk about a lot of things today. We will go into basics today. But
so I think we have
assertions.
studied assertions in inter. Like I'll just try to recall and
So
try to give
valuation,
an absolutely correct.
valuation, completeness,
Completeness, right?
existence. So these are the three
Existence.
things I will test in debtors:
Correct.
valuation, completeness, and existence,
Correct.
and presentation and disclosure as well. Right.
Correct.
Now see, when I want to test valuation, what will
Okay.
I do? I want to check how many debtors have actually paid, because if they have
Correct.
not paid, then I need to make a provision for them.
Absolutely, PVDD, correct.
Right. I need to make a provision for doubtful debts.
Correct.
So I'll check post year end that whether they have paid or not. Post year end for like 2 to 3 months, because we start our audit after the books
Year
have been
end.
closed.
Year
After
end.
books are closed, we start our audit. Right.
Correct.
31st March, we generally start the audit. So we'll see how much money we've received after that. If we've not received something, but then again, we'll have to see how material is that. So materiality, another concept which I will tell you today itself. So I'm going to introduce you to some, some words which are very, very important as far as audit is concerned. So now your valuation is satisfied that, okay, this much of debtors existed which have paid. So you don't need to make a provision for that. Whosoever is not paid, make a provision. Right.
Make a provision.
Second, how do you test existence? Existence, simple. You give a external confirmation. So now your
there are
confirmation can be
various modes of
positive.
external. Right. External confirmation.
Now your confirmation can be positive as well as negative. So these
Negative.
so from assertions, your procedures will come. Okay.
Correct.
So never, rote learn the procedures for anything. Always see what assertion I'm trying to satisfy.
Okay.
Procedures will come from that only. Okay.
Okay.
I think I've answered your question, Yash.
Absolutely. So, sir, also the suggestion with Keshav had given, and the reason he had sent is like, I can't appear for SBR and SBL in a span of 2 months.
Yes.
Like there, I'll be running short of time. Like I'll be having February and March only. So in 2 months, appearing just taking the classes for SBR and SBL, and then I have no plans to appear for SBR and SBL in 23. So that is why he suggested to.
Why are you not appearing for SBR SBL in 23?
Sir, because from April onwards, my 6 months extensive preparation and along with my job will start.
So once you clear na
CA.
if you happen to clear CA, appear for SBR SBL.
सर उसके लिए मुझे क्लासेस लगानी पड़ेंगी ना, एंड देन अप्रैल से मेरे कैट 23 के लिए 6 महीने एक्सटेंसिव रिगरस प्रिपरेशन उसमें जाएगा टाइम.
दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर कॉल.
हाँ, तो ही सजेस्टेड कि यू कैन गो फॉर एडवांस मतलब ऑडिटिंग, एंड ये इनके मतलब बेस्ट टू बेस्ट सिचुएशन इज यू क्रैक ये you crack CA, so this will add on to your AAA paper he did mention. And suppose by chance luck fortune doesn't favor and we flunk, so as it is I have to appear for my skill level paper. In that case, I will be postponing my MBA exams to 24. Then this is the best capital. I can capitalize my time best in AA. So that was the basic hint that he had given.
He's right, because if you clear, you are able to give AAA.
AAA, these things will add on only to my
AAA. You have to as it is appear.
Correct.
Right. So that I think that pretty much
All right.
answers.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll attend the class.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So can I get a job after? Yes, absolutely. Students are working who've cleared skill level or who are in skill level. They are working with Big Four. So Aman, it's not a very big thing. You can absolutely get a job in Big Four. Big Fours are more than ready to hire. Okay. Yes. How to get job outside India? So the best thing to do would be, best thing to do would be to get a job in India. What are the estimated packages? Okay, I'll just come to you after I answer Shubham. Shubham, so how to get your job is to first get through Big Four. First get to Big Four. Once you are through Big Four, then what you can do, you can automatically, then they have internal transfers all over the world. So if you see that, there is some transfer that is happening, so you can very well do that. In case you are not able to do that, then one thing that I would suggest is take up a master's or apply to Dubai. Apply to jobs in Dubai. In 1 month, you can easily get a job in Dubai. If you stay in Dubai, in one month's time, you can get a job as an ACCA. Very easily, you can get a job in Dubai. One of my students. No, you've not skipped anything, Yash. Not a problem. So I'm just taking up things. I was just telling you how ACCA, how it is, right? Okay. Now see, if you are a student, right, and you so one of my student, I was telling you that she was placed in KPMG Dubai. She went to Dubai, she got a job in KPMG Dubai, and from there she moved to EY London as a manager. So she moved to EY London as a manager. So this thing also happens. If you go to KPMG or any Big Four organization, it is very easy to move. And trust me, outside India, job Gulf is the easiest as of now for us, because we get a visa, 3-month visa you can easily get. 3 months, 6 months, and you can go there, search for a job, stay there. So these are few ways to get jobs outside India. One is go through Big Four, they will transfer. Second is don't go to Big Four, go to Gulf, and from there on build your profile. So without a profile build up, Shubham, since you are from NMIMS, yes, Shubham, am I right? Okay, I'll send my number. Actually, it's there in the group. If you are in the WhatsApp group, is there. So Shubham, you are from the NMIMS. Yes, MNCs. Yeah, I mean, more than 8,000 MNCs are hiring ACCS. So there are opportunities in MNCs only. No local firm will need ACCA. It's only very sophisticated work that you guys are going to do. So, you will not be sitting at departmental store and doing anything, because you are in ACCA, global work. So you'll get global work. Okay. So Shubham, if you look at NMIMS, how do you get through that? You build a profile. So first you need to build a profile. Once you build a profile, only then you can think of, getting some job or something. Right? Yes. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes, my number is there, bache, in the group. So you can take it from there. Estimated package. Yes. This was Aman's question. Yes. Now coming to estimated package. See, estimated package for an affiliate. Affiliate is someone who has no work experience. So for an affiliate, your estimated package would be from between the range of after skill level and okay. I'm talking about once you complete ACCA. So it can be 8 lakh, 10 lakhs for affiliates. When I joined in, you will not believe, members were getting 6 lakh. When I joined in, members were getting 6 lakh. So now things have changed. So now affiliates get 6 to 8 lakhs. Members get anywhere from 10 to 12 lakhs. And by the time you become a member, it'll already be 15 lakh. Okay. Right. Shubham, that's a very good option to do your masters from abroad. Even I have considered that option. But I don't know. I just cannot leave the teaching profession. So I'm not able to go. Sir, if someone is already working Big Four, then post growth trajectory. I mean, I'm telling you now, if you are already in Big Four, see, within 5 years, you'll be a senior manager. 5 years, that's it. Five years, you'll be a senior manager. Post that, another say 5 years, you'll be a director. So 10 years, it is going to take you 10 years to become a director. Abroad, they do consider CA and ACCA both as a qualification. So focus on building your profile. If you are not able to build your profile, then it is a problem. Okay. If you're not able to build your profile, then it is a problem. So whatever work you get, don't look at, I'm getting Big Four or not. I'm getting this profile, that profile. What profile? Build your profile. Work here. Keep trying. Who is stopping you from trying? Keep trying. The best time to start PER is right now. Whenever you get a job, start your PER. Okay. So best time is PER is practical experience record. So practical experience record means that you are working under supervision of a IFAC qualified accountant. So PER is practical experience record. Abroad they consider CA, but CA is not very well known. For example, ACCA, it's been there, 118 years. So that is why ACCA is considered abroad, right? It's kind of the gold standard when it comes to tax and audit. It's kind of the standard when it comes to taxation and auditing. Skill level, you can become a management trainee. Sometimes, you can also become a process specialist. For example, you have debtors process. You have debtors process or creditors process, accounts payable, accounts receivable. So then what about CPA after ACCA? Does not matter. Once you are ACCA, don't need CPA. If you are CPA, don't need ACCA. Shubham. 3 years of experience, you can take it in finance, Deepak. You can take it in tax. You have 4 years, so they will consider that. If you have any prior experience from your articleship also, any prior experience from articleship, that is also considered. So if you look at people on LinkedIn, yes, they are absolutely right, Adish. You should consider, getting in touch with them because, it's very important to have a good network. They say your network is your net worth, right? So connect with people on LinkedIn, talk to them, see what is required in the industry. So connect to first of all HRs. Then secondly, connect to manager level positions. Connect to people at assistant manager. So they keep coming out with, job opportunities. Okay. So connect with them. Director, LinkedIn handle. My LinkedIn, you can easily find me from my name, Satyarth Dwivedi. You can easily find me. What are the extra skills? So work on your Excel You can take up financial modeling, which VG is offering. So you can take up that. And Excel, financial modeling, these are very basic skills that you will need once you go there and work. Okay. Adesh. Satyarth Dwivedi, ACC, you can connect with me. Not a problem on LinkedIn. You guys already have my number. Okay. I think some of you have sent me a request or something. So I will definitely, I have added you guys, so others can also send it to me. Right. Okay. Now this was all about, what is ACCA and how ACCA does. Any more questions? So I can, now take you through the AA syllabus. Anything else? So I can take you through the AA syllabus. More questions? Any more questions, guys? No? Can we move on? Okay. So let me take you through the AA syllabus itself. And let me open it in front of you. Just 1 minute. Yes, Madiha. Am I pronouncing it correct? Madiha. Okay, tell me. Yes, send your question. Okay, you want to start your PER? Fine. Outside India. See, you can. Where are you? Where are you currently? Madiha, where are you currently? India, Delhi. So you'll have to go there first. Outside, you want to start your PER. But how will you start your PER outside of India? You need to have a job to start your PER. Madiha. So this is like saying that, I need to eat mangoes, but you need to have mangoes to eat them. I want to eat mangoes in the month of December, but sadly there is no mango in the month of December, except for I think 1 or 2 mangoes are there, but you need to have them. So first you will have to have a job outside India to start your PER. How to do it? Again, LinkedIn. Again, okay, how to do it? I just told you. You can go for masters, start working somewhere. Probably if you worked finance or anywhere, so that role will be considered. But as far as your PER is concerned, I would say finish your PER in India. Because in India, PER is very, very simple. Outside of India, PER becomes very, very, because, you're from India, ultimately. If you want to get your PR signed off from someone who's not an Indian, it's going to be a problem. Okay. So I would say while you are studying in India, Get your PR from India. Do you have any work experience? My voice is cracking. Guys, is my voice cracking? No, sir. You don't have. So start working wherever you can and then start finding jobs outside of India. So maybe Gulf you can find, Saudi Arabia, or Dubai you can go, Bahrain. You can also go to Bahrain, Doha, Bahrain. So these are the countries generally which, have a lot of jobs out of India. Okay. Have I answered your question? Okay. Okay. Can we take a 5-minute break? Can we take 5 minutes? Yes, and we'll be back. Okay. So after the break, I'll take you through the syllabus and the contents and how you need to prepare for it. That I also am going to tell you, because the biggest mistake that you're going to make is your exam strategy. So I want to set it right in the first class itself, that at least your exam strategy is correct. Rest everything we can manage, but exam strategy has to be correct. Right. So I'll tell you how you manage that. What should be your strategy? Right. Okay. So I'll be back in 5, around 6:30. Fine. 5-7 minutes. You can come back. Yes. Okay. Let's start. Yes. All of you are back. Is everyone back? Okay. So this is one of the most important things that you will see. Can you see my screen, everyone? Can you see my screen, guys? No. Yes. Okay. So this is actually your syllabus and study guide. This is one of the most important things that you're going to see. One of the most important, because I say this because there are more important things as well. Okay. And this is from September 22 to June 2023. If there are any changes, we will notify you of the changes through this medium only. It's designed to help with planning, study, and to provide detailed information on what could be assessed in any exam session. So all of this is there. This is for every, you already know the structure and everything. Structure of ACCO qualification. First of all, you have to do applied skills, which we have already completed. I believe applied knowledge you have already completed. Yes. The first level is applied knowledge. I believe everyone has already completed that. Yes. Guys. Okay. Then next is applied skills. So out of these applied skill exams, error showing on your screen is unstable. So anyone else who is also getting the same, because my screen is perfect. Aman, you'll have to log out and log in again. You'll have to log out. If you want me to wait for 2 minutes, I can wait for 2 minutes. Just log out and log in. I'll accept you, Aman. Because now I can see that the screen is perfect. There is no glitch at all. Okay, let's wait. Just Aman is logging out and logging in. Aman, are you back? Very good. Okay. Now is it fine? Is it okay now? So the next is applied skills, where you have taxation, where you've got performance management, one of my favorite subjects, where you've got audit and assurance, corporate law, financial reporting, financial management. Corporate law, I believe, is already done. All of you, either you have exemption or you've appeared for corporate law. Yes. Yes, people. Now, my focus is on audit and assurance at the moment. So, because this will build your foundation for a further advanced audit and assurance paper. Okay. Now, if you study taxation well, if you don't have it exempt, you can very well appear for the advanced taxation paper. Okay. Then advanced financial management from FM, and these are all electives. Okay. You already know about this. So I will go ahead and tell you how the exams are. So the pass mark. So how many marks do you need to score to pass? Anybody who has knowledge of this? For all the ACC examinations, right from the first level till the professional level, you need to score only 50% to pass. Right. But the structure will be different for every exam. You know, most of the exams at skill level will be similar with mostly MCQs. But again, at professional level, there is no MCQs. At knowledge level, there is only MCQs. Right. So knowledge level. So KSP, knowledge level, only MCQs. Only MCQs. Skill level, there is MCQ plus constructed response. So there is MCQ plus constructed response. And at professional level, there is only constructed response. Okay. Constructed response means they'll either give you Word, Excel, or something, and you'll have to type out your responses on that. And you'll have to be very, very good as far as your Excel is concerned. Excel and Word. So guys, stop writing on pen and paper now. Start focusing on Word and Excel. In the AA paper, you will have to appear on Word more than Excel. I don't think there is any Excel part. There is no calculation part that comes. There's only word functionality that will be given to you. So you need to be very well at typing. And mostly you'll see the students who are already working, they are clearing it more than those who are not working. The reason is not that they have more time to study, but they are spending more time typing. Is that clear? Now applied knowledge gone, applied skills I've already told you. Okay. So again, sir, professional level will not discuss as of now. We'll discuss it when you are at professional level. No point discussing it now. Let me go through. Now see, a very important thing is time management. So how will you manage your time? Now tell me, how many hours do you have in an exam? It's a 3-hour exam. Okay. 3 hours. Tell me, how many minutes do you have? In a 3-hour exam, how many minutes do you have? 180. And how many marks do you have? Maximum marks? 100. So 180 divided by 100. So for every mark, how much time do you need to give for one marker? 1.8 minutes. Okay. So now if I give you a 10-mark question, how much time will you spend on it? 18 minutes. So never go beyond this. Okay. So only stick to this. 1 mark is 1.8 minutes. That is it. If I give you a 5-mark question, how many minutes are you going to spend on it? 9 minutes. So always keep this in mind whenever you are attempting the paper. Okay. Yes. Sir, now the question is, do you have a question in your mind? Sir, how to do this? And this is the entire name of the game. That how do you do this? Do you have this problem of how will we do it? Yes. You got this problem of how we are going to do it. 3 things I'm going to tell you that you will follow from this day onwards till the date of your exam. 3 things. So first, you will watch my classes. Don't go home, go back home or wherever and start making the notes. Do not do that. There are no notes beyond the notes that I'm going to give you. You don't need any more notes. Okay. Is that clear? I need a yes from all of you. So first thing first, watch the classes. Number 2 is, once I've given you the notes, keep the notes for reference. Okay. Not that you absolutely forget the notes. That whatever we do in the class, revise it in 10 minutes. And I can show you by revising whatever we do in the class in 10 minutes. I can very well do that. Okay. Second, revise the topic covered in class. So whatever topic we have covered in class, revise it. Number 3, and this is very, very important. Number 3 and the most important. Number 3 and the most important. Sir, what is the most important? Tell me. Don't miss the class. Yes, that is one of the things. Homework. Yes, one of the things. But what is most important? So not many teachers are going to tell you this, but what is most important is consistency. Yes. Don't study 8 hours a day. Do not study 8 hours a day. Nobody will study 8 hours. From this day onwards, stop 12 hours studying mindset. It is nothing. You can't do that for a prolonged period, but consistently study for 2 hours, 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening. Consistently study for 2 hours. Can you do this? Can you do 2 hours? Guys, I don't think there is anyone who cannot find 2 hours. And if you cannot find, probably you're earning already in lakhs and you don't need ACCA. You're already earning like 5 lakh, 10 lakh per month and you don't need ACCA. If you're a money's child, you don't need ACCA. Can you do 2 hours every day? But what you have to do? First of all, in the 2 hours, start solving the kit. Everyone can do 2 hours. You will do kit questions. You will solve every day. You will solve kit questions. Regardless of the fact that we have covered or not. Every day, you will go to your kit, read the question, read the answer. Can you do this? One question and answer every day. Can you do this, everyone? Go for VPP. Whatever kit is fine. Whatever kit is fine. Go for it. Yes. Kit questions you'll do every day. At least I want you, by the time we finish the classes, so it will start making more sense that why sir used to say so. That why would sir say this thing? By the end, I want you to have finished the kit 5 times. Can you do this? If you can do this, you can score an all India rank. Trust me. If you can do this, you will score an all India rank. No matter what. You'll score an all India rank. It does not matter where you are, what you are doing. If you can do this 2 hours every day, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 question, or maybe even increase your speed. 1 question in the morning, 1 question in the evening. 5 times. You would have finished it 5 times. You're done with the kit. go again. Done with the kit, go again. Can you do this? All of you. Can I expect it from you? All of you, please. I want all yeses. I want yeses from all of you. You will not try your best. This is doable. Amit. Amit, can you not do 2 hours? And if you don't have time for 2 hours, then you don't need ACCA. Then probably you are already earning in lakhs. So you will not try, you will do it. Okay. I don't want a try from anyone. I want you to do it. One thing that I want from you is commitment. When you commit to it, once you've committed, then forget everything. Have you heard of Salman Khan? Yes. Have you heard of Salman Khan? Yes. So once you are done with the commitment, don't listen to anyone, not even yourself. So I want consistency plus commitment. Right? One more thing that you'll need on this journey of next 2 months is people will come to you. You'll miss a lot of dates. You'll miss a lot of things. But do not bother. People will tell you, Arey, why are you not coming with us? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? But at that very moment, what I want you guys to be is courageous. So there are 3 C's that I want. The 3 C's are consistency, commitment, and courage. Because, you know, in this journey, lot of times, not just in audit, but in a lot of things, not just in audit, but a lot of things, what will happen is people and things will discourage you. Circumstances will discourage you. But if you have courage, then there is no discourage. Courage and discourage cannot exist together. So you need commitment, consistency, and courage. Is that clear? Consistency, commitment, and courage. Is that clear? Very good. Now, moving on, we've got 4th thing is I want you to do all. So once we are done with the course, I want you to actually sit and do 3-hour papers, all past year papers, all past year exams, plus 2 mocks at least, plus 2 mocks. Do you commit to it? All the past year papers and all of this has to be done in 3-hour window. Why do I say that you need to do in 3-hour window? Tell me. Why do I need to say that you need to do in 3-hour window? Yes. Mindset. You know, it's all about conditioning your mind. So remember this, that you have to sit for 3 hours. Do you know how my last 24 hours have been? Want to know? So I'll just tell you. And this is the level of commitment that we have. And that is why somehow I think this is what ACCA changes in you. Once you become that the ACCA, the standard is very high. So then every time you have to perform on that standard. Okay. So I'll tell you. So Friday morning, I woke up. I had a 10 a.m. class, so I had to get ready at 10 a.m. in Ajmer. I was in Ajmer, 10 a.m. This is Friday morning. This is my past 24-hour schedule. I'm going to more than 24 hours now. Then from 10 to 3 p.m. I took class. From 10 to 3 I took a class. I had a 4 p.m. train. 4 p.m. to 10. I think 4 p.m. I think I reached last night around 12. I reached home. 12 a.m. I reached home. Then I again had a 3 a.m. flight. I had to reach airport at 3 a.m. I had a 4 a.m. flight to come to Lucknow, to come here. I had some work because, apart from this, I am married. So I'm committed there as well. So I have to give time. So there are some things that are going on. So I had to come back took a 3 a.m. flight. And since then, so 12 a.m. I reach, hardly I get time to, sleep or just refresh for an hour or two. So 3 a.m. I leave, 4:30 I reach. And since then, till the next, 9 p.m., 8:30 or 9 p.m., I'm going to keep going on and continue with the class. So this is from Friday morning, and today we are at Saturday evening. Now the only sleep that I will get is in train. The only sleep that I'll get is in train. Okay. So this is the level of commitment that we have towards our work, towards our whatever we do. So once you get to this level of commitment, right, that you can keep working, then everything will start flowing like water. And once things are like water, and they are clear. Once things are that clear, then no one can stop you. Even God will come and say, Ki Baba tu le ja, you take it. Even God will come and say that you take it. Once you have this level of commitment, and tomorrow again from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. I have classes. So no Sunday. Okay. No Sunday again. Then again from Monday I have class. And I have to travel to Jaipur on Monday. So when you have this level of commitment, 100% you will clear. Not only will you become ACCA, you will become the most sought after professional in whatever you do, whatever thing you are doing, when you have this level of commitment. Coming to the examination assessment, right? Now, see, ACCA reserves the right to examine any learning outcome contained within the study guide. This includes knowledge, techniques, principles, theories, and concepts as specified. Okay. For the financial accounting, audit, and assurance, law, tax exams, except where indicated otherwise, ACCA will publish examinable documents once in a year. So the syllabuses, so all the syllabi or the syllabus will change once in a year. So syllabus changes. Syllabus will change once in an year. See, these are regulatory all of these are regulated subjects. If you talk about, audit, what is audit? It's based on regulation, ISAs, right? Law, again, what is regulation? The law. Regulation is whatever the government says, you have to follow it. So audit is done as per rules of the Companies Act. Do you know this? Have you read in law that the requirement for audit comes from Companies Act? Okay. So ACCA will publish examinable documents once in a year to indicate exactly what regulations and legislation could potentially be assessed within identified examination. Okay. So for most examinations, not tax, regulations issued or legislation, so you're not doing tax. So for more before 31st August annually will be examinable from 1st September to the 31st of August after that. Okay, so don't worry. We are going to cover all of those over here. We will not leave anything. Okay. Yes. Are you guys clear till this part? Now, regulation issued or legislation passed accordance with the above dates will not examinable if the effective date is in future. So if a regulation is passed, for example, Britain did an exit from EU, European Union. It was known as the Brexit, right? It was known as the Brexit. But if the effective date is in future, so for almost 1 year after Brexit, it was the effects were not examinable, right? Unless they specifically state that, explicitly state that, right? And in the syllabus and study guide or examinable documents, only then it will be examinable. The term issued or passed relates to when regulation or legislation has been formally approved. Don't worry, we are going to cover whatever is relevant for your exam. Do not worry at all. As far as audit is concerned, you don't need to worry. For UK tax examination falling within the period 1st June to 31st March will generally examine the Finance Act which was passed in the previous year. Therefore, exams falling in the period 1st June 2022 to 31st March 2023 will examine Finance Act 2021 and any examinable legislation which is passed outside of the Finance Act before 31st May 2021. Okay. Don't get into jargon. Do not worry. Just understand whatever is examinable. I am going to do it right here with you. I'm going to go very, very slow. So those who have nothing to do with audit will also understand audit. So it's 4 years that I've done audit. For 4 years at PwC, I've done statutory audit. So I'm going to go very, very slow. I know that not everyone is very familiar with audit. So I will keep that in mind. Okay. You don't have to worry, but you have to promise me that you will keep the class interactive, which means, first of all, don't miss the class, guys. You know what happens is with most all of you, this is a challenge. Okay. I love challenges. I love challenges in my life. So it's a challenge for all of you that how many classes can you attend without missing? So most of the people will come for the first class and then they will study first, second, third, fourth, fifth class. Then they will leave. They will say, we are getting the recording. So we will see the recordings. See, coming live in the class and taking a recording is a completely different thing. If you want to, actually score good marks, you want to actually pass, you want to score a rank, please don't miss classes, right? For additional guidance, yes, I will tell you exactly how audit happens. I will tell you exactly how audit happens. I will tell you everything in detail. Right? Okay, sir. Relational diagram, I'll just quit it. Now, how the examination will happen. Okay. How examination is going to happen, I'm going to tell you that. Now, first of all, you'll get extra 10 minutes to read the exams instructions. Instructions basically that, this, I'll take you through the one mock exam. I will take you through one mock exam. And in that exam, you will see that there are many instructions. You'll get 10 minutes extra to read those instructions. Okay. So which is a very good thing. But sometimes you can also have computational or discursive elements. So sometimes, but generally in audit paper, do not worry. They will not ask any computation based question. Okay. They don't do that. Right. And generally questions will have a scenario or case study approach. Right. Now coming to section number A. Section A comprises 3 10-mark case-based questions. Each case has 5 objective test questions worth 2 marks each. So how much is section A worth? 10 into 3 into 10 mark, 3 10 mark, and it's got how many? 10 into 3, or you can say 5 into 2 into 3. So for every case study, so there are 3 cases that you will get. For every case study, they will ask you, for every case study, they are going to ask you 5 questions. So they'll give you 5 questions. They'll be for 2 marks each, and there'll be 3 case studies, which is equal to how many marks? Can someone calculate and tell me quickly? Yes. Can you calculate and tell me? No, there is no negative marking. So 30 marks. And that is why I don't want you to leave out anything. 30 marks for section A. Okay. Section B will have one 30-mark question and two 20-mark questions. So there are only two this thing. So there'll be a 130-mark question. Generally, it will be from planning, risk assessment, internal control, audit evidence, although they can also include things from other syllabus areas. So 130 mark plus 2 into 20 marks. So this makes it 70. Okay. So this makes it 70. Is that clear? Yes, all of you. So total of 100 marks, 30 marks plus 70 marks. Section, yes, they can ask anything from section A. Anything they can ask. There is no selective reading. Selective reading, do you know? I will do this and I will achieve this many marks. But one thing you can do, I'll tell you when we actually start, teaching you, that at that time I will tell you that what you can do. Okay. Now let's move on to the syllabus part. Syllabus is not very difficult. Syllabus is very, very simple. Okay. So this is your syllabus. Concept of audit, and what is an audit and what are other assurance engagements. So first of all, secondly, what are external audits? So basically when you are an ACCA, chartered accountant, whatever, you have to focus on external audits more than internal audits. Because that is where the concept of independence will come. An external auditor will always have to be independent of the company. He can never be on the roles of the company. Like an NED who is an NED? Non-executive director. So NED will always have to be independent. Okay. Then corporate governance. So we'll read about some committees over here, which are prescribed under corporate governance. Then professional ethics and ACCA's code of ethics and conduct. So we are going to read about this in part A, and we will go exactly like this only. Okay. Number 2, we come to part B. Part B is planning and risk assessment. Part B is planning and risk assessment. So number 1, how do you obtain it? There are 2 ways of obtaining it. Do you guys know? Yes. So one is referral. So how do you obtain an audit assurance engagement? One is through referral. What is referral? Can someone tell me? Assurance? No, assurance is audit only. Assurance, I'll tell you what is assurance. So referral is nothing, but if you ask that, tell me a good teacher for studying ATX, right? So I'll say go to Satyarth Prakash Dwivedi sir. SPD sir can teach you very well. If you say you want to teach, you want to study ATX, so someone can tell. So I got a call from one of the All India rank holders. He said, sir, I want such and such classes from you. So someone referred me. So I said, how did you get my number? So he said, ki sir, this and this person referred you to me. Okay. So one way of obtaining any work is through referral. Second is very common, that is tender. Tender, do you understand? What is a tender? Yes. What is a tender? So generally you'll find this in government audits, government and other audits. Generally you'll find in government and other audits that there are tenders. Tenders are basically government says that you want to get this work done. Now you have to give your bid in a sealed envelope or online. You have to give your bids that how much price can you charge for this, and the government will allot it considering your experience and how much price you are charging for a particular thing. Okay. So that is a tender. Okay. You understand? Now what is a tender? So these are two common ways of obtaining any client or any engagement, right? Yes. Yes, guys. Very good. Now accepting. So basically when you are accepting something, right? So how do you accept a tender? So government, if you are allotted a tender, government will send you a allotment letter. Okay. Now in audits, what we do is we do a contract with the client, and this contract is known as engagement letter. Okay. So we do a contract with the client, and this contract is known as engagement letter. Now, sir, what is an engagement letter? Engagement letter basically lists down that what will be the responsibility of each party. So I've not yet started teaching you, but I'm just telling you the basics from the syllabus part. I'm just trying to tell you what are the basics. So engagement letter is kind of a contract, okay, which is enforceable. So if you're an auditor and you've signed an engagement letter, you'll have to go by it. Okay. You cannot say that, this was like that only, I was not serious. So once as an auditor, if you've signed an engagement letter generally with one client, we sign one for like at least 5 years. For 5 years, we sign one engagement letter generally. So if there is not a major change would mean, change in terms of some new work that's coming in, right? If some new work comes in, then obviously you'll have to sign a new engagement letter. But if it's not, then you will not sign a new letter. Then the old letter will be sufficient. Okay. Then responsibility of each party, right? Then one very important thing is nest. Nest is nature, extent, scope, and timing. So nature is what is the nature of this engagement, which means what is the nature of my engagement with you? Tell me, what is the nature of my engagement with, say, when I took up your batch to teach you guys, to teach audit, what is the nature of this engagement? What is the nature of this engagement? So we have a contract. You have a contract with VG, right? We also have a contract, and we are bound by that contract. So nature is educational services. So when you type out the nature of audit services, then you'll say we are giving assurance service. Okay. Yes. Is that clear? Right. Now extent. What do you mean by extent? Extent is what all can we include? What is the extent to which we can go? So what is the extent? So I can see, I can do what is the extent? So I can do for till March. Till March, I'll have to, my extent will be, I'll have to cover the syllabus plus plus mock test, syllabus, mock test plus revision. This time we did like 5 hours of revision. Next time I'm thinking to increase it to 12 hours of revision, 6 hours each day. That is my, what I am thinking, that this time for your batch, we will do 6 and 6, 12 hours of revision. So entire audit I will teach you again. Entire audit in detail, 12 hours. Fast track, but we'll keep it. Very quickly, we'll do the entire revision. Then, sir, scope. What is the scope? So what is the scope of my engagement with you? So it is the AA exam. What is the scope? AA exam. What is the timing? So I have to complete the syllabus by February 20. I need to complete the syllabus by February 20. So this is nature, extent, scope, and time. Yes. Do you guys understand? So are you getting a feel of, you know, how things happen, how things move? So engagement letter will give responsibility, nest, then what is the criteria? For example, criteria is IFRS, right? What is the criteria and what are the deliverables? So what all I am going to deliver to you? What all I'm going to deliver? So I have to give you my audit opinion plus the audited financial statements. So you will give me the financial statement, I will audit it, and then I will give it to you. Okay. Is that clear? Yes, all of you. Very good. Now, so this was accepting. So whenever you are accepting an engagement, right? Whenever you are accepting an engagement, what will you do? Yes. You'll have to see that whether I can accept it or not. So it's not that, you know, just for money you accept an engagement. You'll have to ensure that whatever engagement you are accepting, you are competent for it. You have the right tools for it, resources you have. The fees has to be commensurate with the work. So recently what was happening was, you know, recently what was happening was that, you know, chartered accountants in our country were doing GST audits. And do you know the fees that they were charging? You cannot even imagine what they were doing. You cannot imagine what they were charging. Can you imagine the fees for GST audit? Yes. Yes. Can you tell me the fees for GST audit they were charging? Anybody who's in contact with anyone? I'll tell you. They are charging 2,500 per audit report. Now tell me one thing. 2,500 rupees. This is how much they are charging. Now tell me one thing. To make all these invoices and to enter it in my system, right? I need one person at least, and I pay him 10,000 rupees a month. Can you 10,000? How much? In annually I'm paying 1,20,000 for this job. $1,20,000. Do you think this someone who's checking all these transactions, maybe on a sample basis also, is the fees for an annual audit? So you'll have to audit once in a year. Is this commensurate with the work? Tell me, is this fees 2,500 rupees commensurate with the work? No, sir, not at all. At no given cost can this be commensurate. But chartered accountants were doing it. CAs were doing it. Now, what does it do? What is the effect? Tell me. What is the effect when they're taking 2,500 rupees to sign an audit report? Degrading. What about the quality of these reports? What about the quality of these reports? Now, there was a company. So we'll move on to the syllabus in a while. I'll tell you that there was a company called ABG Shipyards. How many have heard about this company? How many have heard about this company? And this is very relevant. So please don't skip this part. That's why, sir, why are you discussing all this? Because, this is very relevant from the auditor's point of view. Okay. So this company recently, they did a 22,000 crore fraud. 22 or 23,000, I think so. 23,000 crore fraud. Recently, they did a 23,000 crore fraud. Okay. Sir, how were they able to do it? And what happened was it kept taking loan from a consortium of banks. There was a consortium of banks led by ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. Consortium is group of banks. We call it group of banks led by ICICI Bank. And these guys totally failed after 2012. So till 2012, they paid. But after 2012, when they took their largest chunk of loan, they stopped paying any interest. In 2016 auditor's report, which was signed by a chartered accountant, in 2016 auditor's report, do you know what is mentioned? Then I'll tell you what happened after this also. A very interesting case. 23,000 crore fraud. Can it happen without auditor knowing it? No, sir. Do you know what auditor's report said? 2012, they're not paying anything. Nothing was being paid. Nothing was being paid. 2012. Auditor says that we have no reason to believe. We have no reason to believe that the company will default on payment of liabilities. So auditor's report said, now see how good is this auditor's report. So from 2012, this company does not pay anything. Their going concern status should have been, questioned. First of all, going concern. Has anyone heard about going concern and what is it? Can anyone tell me what is a going concern assumption? Yes, can someone tell me what is a going concern assumption? Quickly tell me. Come on, guys. Keep it interactive. Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So any shareholder continue to run in long run, and we will use its asset to meet. Yes. So any shareholder can come and go, but the company will go on forever. Okay. Any shareholder can come and go, but the company goes on forever. Right. Now, tell me, can a company which has not paid a single rupee in loan, they have not paid back a single rupee in loan, should their going concern status be questioned or not? And in the light of this going concern, is this correct? Is this statement by the auditor correct? No. So this is how audit frauds are happening, just because, for some money, people have absolutely diluted the trust which people had in the, professionals are diluting the trust. Later on, what happens is 2019, EY was engaged as forensic auditors. Forensic means fraud auditors. So they were engaged in the forensic audit assignment, and they came out with this thing that they've not been paying any loan liability. They're not paying any interest. Okay. And later on, 2019 only, CBI filed a charge sheet. Charge sheet is basically a kind of record that now we are charging you with this. CBI was involved. CBI only gave this matter to EY because already banks had told CBI that they are not paying back. That they are not paying back. No, it's done. You cannot question it. How can you question it? It is questionable, but what will you do? He said, in my professional judgment, I did it. That is why you are trusted, na? Why are you trusted? Because you are independent. Because you are bound by ethics. But sadly, we pay very little, we pay very little heed to ethics. This is unethical. That for some money, you are, there is a company called Sahara. Their auditors made lot of money. So Sahara's auditors made lot of money. So, sir, why did they make money? Because they were, obviously, Sahara had all the black money. How do you hide it? You hide it behind auditor's report. Because auditor is considered to be ethical, to be independent. If auditor is not ethical and independent, then the point is that then everything goes into a cold storage box. If his independence is compromised, the entire audit is compromised. Okay. So Sahara, I will do that in some class. We will definitely do that. Today, this one ABG shipyards we did, but definitely their convertible debentures that they issued, which never belonged to anyone. So the basic point is that Sahara issued convertible debentures, which did not belong to anyone. It was politicians' money. It was black money that was later on, the PMLA also is charged. Money laundering is also charged on them. So they are also, maybe it is crime money as well. Okay. So it is maybe it is crime money as well. Okay. Moving on. Accepting and continuing audit engagements. If you feel your client is unethical, consider, if your client is unethical or your client is doing something that he should not be doing, as an ACCA, the association puts a lot of faith in you that you will uphold the ethics. So if your client is doing something unethical, then you should definitely go for withdrawal from the engagement. Then say that I cannot continue as auditor. As an ACCA, it is your responsibility because it is against professional ethics. It is against the professional ethics of integrity. Once integrity is compromised or independence, objectivity is compromised, right? So then next is what is objective and general principles. How do you assess audit risk? That we are going to study. So when I talk of audit risk, see there again, one of the very favorite area of the examiner and where the students falter also. Sir, what is the area? It is risk. When I talk of risk from an auditor's point of view, right? You can talk of auditors from a business point of view and then from an auditor's point of view. So from business point of view, there is business risk. From auditor's point of view, there is audit risk. There is audit risk. Now, what is the difference? See, suppose I'll tell you small difference. Suppose you sold goods worth rupees, let's say dollars. Let us talk in dollars. Worth $50,000. Right? What is the journal entry for it? On credit. Okay, on credit. What is the journal entry? Tell me quickly. Beta, who has taught you this journal entry? Incorrect. Yes. The journal entry is debtor to sales. 50,000. Person or debtor to sales. Okay. Aman. Yes, now you are right. Person or debtor to sale. Okay, but you use creditor. So credit will not. So creditor is the person whom you have to pay, not the person who will pay you. Debtor is the person who's going to pay you. Okay. Now see, debtor to sales. Now, if you look at it, debtor to sales is a very simple entry, very simple journal entry. Now tell me, what is the business risk? What is the risk of the business? Tell me, what is the risk of the business? Creditor may not pay. Debtor. The debtor may not pay. Yes. This is business risk. But whenever I'm answering or I'm doing an audit, I do not see business risk. Okay. But I go and understand the business risk. But I'm not treating the business risk. I don't care. If I'm the auditor, whether your debtor pays or not, is that my problem? Whether your debtor pays or not, is that my problem? It is your problem. Get your collection right. Don't sell to the debtor who's not paying. Don't sell to the debtor. But what is the audit risk? There is an audit risk also. What is the audit risk? No. Audit risk is, first of all, is the provision correct? Provisioning, is it correct? Then, sir, valuation of debtors. Are the debtors valued correctly? And is the provisioning correct? So this is my audit risk. Okay. So my risk is confined to my presentation, to my valuation, to my disclosure, to my existence. Okay. Yes. Is that clear, guys? So your risk is not that your debtor will not pay. Your risk is that your provisioning or valuation might be incorrect. So business, so obviously you'll have to look at business risk, but you do not address the business risk. What are you going to address? Yes, you don't address business risk. What will you address? You will address audit risk. Is that clear? All of you? Very good. Okay, so let's take a long break now. When we come back, we'll discuss more. Let me take 15-20 minutes. Yes. Is that okay? Fine, let's meet, because otherwise you don't keep taking breaks, it becomes boring and monotonous. Audit is pure theory, but once you start asking the whys rather than just understanding the how. So why is very important. First thing, why? If we are checking this, why are we checking this? If I am doing a debtor circularization, why am I doing a debtor circularization? Okay. If I'm checking something, why am I checking something? If I'm putting something in my report, why to put it and why not to put it? Okay. So that you'll have to see, right? Let's meet in 15-20 minutes and then move on and do the rest of the part. Thank you, guys. We'll meet in. Don't go. Stay logged in to this thing. We'll be back in 15-20 minutes. Okay. Okay. Are you guys there? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, people, are you there? Okay, moving on. So then we've got understanding the entity and its environment. So this is very, very important. ISA 315. Again, very important. Now, one thing that I want to, discuss with you is that, there is no need. There is no need to learn any ISA number. For example, in CA, what you do. So a lot of my friends here, they are from CA. Yes. You guys are from CA. So in CA, you have to rote learn the SA numbers. Yes. SA 620, SA 520. Yes. SA 510. Yes or no? SA 315. But here, when you're doing an ACCA paper, you don't need to. You don't need to. So you don't need to rote learn anything. No ISA numbers are required. But when I talk about understanding the entity and its environment and applicable FRF, so whenever you are going to audit something, first tell me, what do you mean by audit? What do you exactly mean by audit? What do you mean by audit? Yes. Can you tell me? What do you mean by audit? It's not inspection. It's independent examination. It is independent examination, right? It is independent examination. When I say independent, it means that independence has to be maintained. You cannot be influenced, right? So, but whenever you're going to do audit, independent examination of the facts and circumstances, right? So when I talk to you about audit, can you audit something that you don't understand? Can you audit something that you don't understand? Tell me. No, sir. If I tell you to check a balance sheet, and tell me what could be the problem, what will you do? Yes. If I tell you to check a balance sheet and P&L, what will you do? I give you a balance sheet and P&L, Adani. What all will you do? I just give you a balance sheet and P&L, nothing else. Can you check the balance sheet and P&L? Tell me. Can you actually check this? What will you do? Think and tell me. Just think from your own mind that, okay, sir is asking me to check balance sheet and P&L. What all will I do? If I tell you, just check it. Check it and tell me if it's correct or not. Check and tell me. So you'll need to understand where they are earning their revenue from. What are the capital assets that they have invested in? Suppose I gave you one line item, fixed assets. Can you check anything from that? Apart from what has changed from previous year to this year? Apart from previous year to this year, can you change anything? Can you check anything? Auditor report, but I'm telling you to audit only. Then sale, then you check asset liabilities balance. So I gave you, so you'll have to understand first how the revenue comes. Then you'll have to understand how the capital asset comes. So what are the capital assets? So you'll need to understand what is Adani's business. If you don't understand my business, how will you understand what assets am I investing in? Suppose I am a trader. I'm a stock trader. Stock trader. What assets will I be investing in? Tell me. If I'm in the stock market, what are the assets that I'm going to invest in? Let's see who can answer that. If I'm a stock trader, what are the assets that I'm going to invest in? Okay, you need a nice laptop and desktop You need a nice laptop, plus you need a desktop, plus you need a television with connection. So you also want to read the news. You also want to hear the news. So laptop, desktop, TV with connection, plus you need certain other thing, financial books. You want to keep updating your knowledge. You want to keep updating your knowledge, financial books, plus stock market courses. You're going to take up the courses. Plus you'll need a team for if you want to go into algo trading, for algo trading, a team that can just copy and paste every day. Yes. Plus money control subscription. So as a trader, I have so many assets that I can invest. Yes. Desk chair, yes, obviously. But you know, if I did not have knowledge of stock trading, because I have done stock trading, or some of you have done stock trading, only then you know that you need these assets. Okay, what is a revenue? What is the revenue for a stock trader? What is the revenue? Tell me now. What is the revenue for a stock trader? What is the revenue for a stock trader? So simple, sir. Sale price is my revenue minus what is my cost? Purchase price is my cost. Very simple, because I understand. But if I don't have understanding of, say, Adani port, I don't know where the revenue is coming from. I don't know what are the assumptions they are having. So sometimes I'm having an assumption about valuation. I don't know if I don't have an understanding. That is why it's very, very important to have an understanding of the entity and its environment and the applicable FRF. FRF is Financial Reporting Framework. So this is particularly ISA 315. Okay. ISA 315. Now, again, you need to understand what are the fraud, what are the laws and regulations. So basically, when I talk to you about fraud, right? So from this syllabus only, I can, introduce you to things, and I can tell you a lot of things from the syllabus only, but I'll keep it very, very short, because I know that we don't have as much time on our hands as we would have liked. So I'll keep it short, because I also have to start with actual course, not just the syllabus, but I'll try and introduce you to what all is there. Why do you think you need to understand what is fraud and what are the laws and regulations? Yes. So basically, when you're trying to understand fraud, so two things you'll have to differentiate between. Whenever you're studying fraud or doing a forensic audit, you'll have to differentiate between two things. What are the two things? Can someone tell me? Yes. Can someone tell me what are the two things whenever I'm trying to understand fraud or doing a forensic audit? So you'll have to differentiate between fraud and error. One, you have to differentiate what is fraud and what is error. Tell me what is the difference. Can someone tell me? Can any one person go ahead and tell me what is the difference between fraud and error. Yes. The difference is intention. The difference between fraud and error is intention. Right? So there is intention. Fraud is always intentional, but error is not intentional. You do not make an error by intention. Not intentional. Right? If management is reluctant to correct an error, but they say it's an error, but they are reluctant, what does it show? Generally, you will have reluctance from the management. You'll have reluctance. Reluctance means, can someone tell me what is reluctance? Can you define it for me? Yes. Can you define it for me? What is reluctance? What is reluctance? Yes. You are reluctant to study. What does it mean? Yes. Tell me. So you are not willing. You are not willing. There is some hesitation in you that you don't want to study. So that is known as reluctance. What about error? In an earnest error, you will not have any reluctance. There will be willingness to correct it. There will be willingness to correct it. So fraud will always have, and also fraud will have financial implications. Generally, why is fraud done? With a motive. There has to be a motive for fraud. There has to be a motive for fraud. What is the motive for fraud? Either, it's very easy to do fraud in a company. That company will be prone to fraud. Right? So there'll be always financial implication. Or the salaries are too low. Or the salaries are based on profits. So they will generally want to inflate the profits. So then the possibility of fraud will increase. Yes? Is that clear? Yes, guys. Aman, Amit, Madiha, Suresh, and Vaishali. Right. So this is fraud. You'll need to understand what are the laws of the land. Because whenever there is a tussle between ISA, whenever there is a tussle between ISA versus local laws, what will you follow? As an auditor, when there is a tussle between ISA and local laws, what will you follow? No. No. Whenever there is a tussle between ISA and local laws, you will always follow local laws. Why? Tell me. Because local, if you are in India, can you go beyond the law? ISA is recommendatory in nature. ISA is always adopted by a country. Can you go against the Indian laws? You can never go against the Indian laws. Okay. You can never ever go against the Indian laws. If you are in India, if you are in US, cannot go against the US laws. If you are in China, again, you cannot ever go against the Chinese laws. If China says this is correct, this is correct. You cannot argue with them. Because two people you should never argue with. Tell me whom? Three actually. There are three people who you should never argue with. Tell me whom? Government, wife, and fools. You can never argue against the government. You can never argue against wife, and you can never argue against fools. Okay. So stupid people, there is no point arguing. Why? Tell me. Why is there no point arguing against stupid people? Because, sir, they will bring you to their level and then they will win. Stupid people will bring you to their level and then they will win. So don't argue against fools. Wife, I will not advise to argue. Whatever wife says is correct. Absolutely correct. Never ever argue. If you want a good, healthy relationship, never argue. And government, you have no choice but to follow. So whenever there is a tussle between ISA and local laws, you'll always choose the local laws. If there is a point of conflict, if there's no point of conflict, then no problem. If there is no conflict, no problem. But if there is conflict, then you'll have to choose the local laws. Okay. Again, then how do you plan an audit? So whenever you are planning an audit, you'll have to decide on the DRS. Okay. Have you heard of cricket DRS? Yes. It's not a suggestion. It's recommendatory in nature. It's not a suggestion. ISA is not a suggestion. It's recommendatory. So every country has to adopt ISA in their own way and modify it also. So they adopt and modify. You look at SA. SA is ISA modified for Indian conditions. So DRS is direction, supervision, and review. So whenever you are planning, you have to follow direction, supervision, and review. Also, sir, there is an importance of documentation. When we'll study about that. What is documentation? How important it is? So we will talk about all of those things. Okay. Then internal control. First of all, systems. What are internal controls? Basically, for anything. Suppose I tell one person to stand on my gate and tell him to only let them meet me if it is XYZ task. If they want to study, only let them meet me if they want to study. Now tell me. Yes. Is it a system of internal control? How does it help me? If I tell one person that, only send people, suppose there's a doctor and he says only send patients. First of all, patients send one by one. Secondly, only send those who have paid. So he has his, so that I can focus on whomsoever I am dealing with. Yes. Because otherwise, half of the time I'm just telling people to move out. Half of the time I'm just, not focused on the job at hand. That's why internal controls are very, very important. Generally, you'll find that there is a framework of internal controls. So we'll read about that framework also. It's known as CRIME, where you have control activities, risk assessment, information systems, monitoring, and control environment. Okay, so I call it CRIME. So it's a framework where all of these make up your internal control framework. If you talk about internal controls independently, it's APIPS. I'll teach you. Authorization, right? Personnel review, okay. Inspection, physical access, and segregation of duties. So these are the 5 main control activities that you do. Okay. Secondly, sir, use and evaluation of systems of internal control by the auditor. So how auditors can use and evaluate that? So first of all, you never ever, as a statutory auditor in India and UK, you will never ever comment on the internal controls. You never comment on the internal controls. What you say is that you have relied on internal controls or not. You never say that we certify the internal controls. You always say that we have relied or we have not relied, or the internal controls are not working properly. And hence, what happens is that there are two types of testing. One is control testing. So I'll write it over here. So one is control testing. One is control testing. And another is another is substantive testing. Substantive testing. Now, this is very important. So please pay attention. What I'm going to tell you now. Yeah, you can suggest them to modify. Management will ask for a suggestion. So you can always suggest to modify. Okay. So you can always suggest to modify. Now, control testing is testing of controls. First of all, two things you are testing. Whether controls exist. So two things you are going to test: whether controls exist, and secondly, are they working effectively? Are they working effectively? So first of all, you'll have to see, are the controls existing? Do they exist? And secondly, are they working effectively? Is that clear? Yes. How we check whether they are working? So suppose there is a simple control that nobody can enter the room without biometric. Have you seen biometrics? Suppose there's a control that nobody can enter the room without biometrics. But what if I am not registered on biometrics and yet I'm able to enter? Does the control exist? Yes or no? There is a biometric sensor outside the door. Does the control exist? Yes, sir. Control exists. There is a biometric sensor. But is it working effectively? Tell me. Control is there that no one can enter without biometric sensor. Room is locked. Automatic control. But somehow I come and put my fingerprint and it opens up without myself registering. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means that they are not working. So the controls are there, but they are not working effectively. In substantive testing, which is when you go as a first year analyst or as a first year article, control system is not working properly. So when you go as a first year article, right, or first year analyst, most of the times you'll be doing substantive testing, which means test of details, and secondly is analytical, test of details and analytical review. So test of details and analytical review. So whether controls exist or not. Now the relationship between control testing and substantive testing is that if controls are working effectively, which means if the auditor can rely on controls, will he not do substantive testing? Tell me. Will he do or not do? Test of details, which means checking invoices, vouchers, journal entry. No, substantive testing is different. Substantive testing, you check, I'll explain it to you, but generally what it means is test of details and analytical review. So test of details means that testing vouchers on a sample basis, testing invoices, testing, going and physical verification of fixed asset, physical verification of inventory. So that is all part of test of detail, substantive testing, where you are actually trying to establish that this thing exists or the valuation is correct or whatever. I'll tell you how. In the course of this audit paper, I will tell you how. But now tell me, if the auditor can rely on the controls, does he not need to do any substantive testing? He will still need to do some substantive, still need some substantive procedures. But if he cannot rely on the controls, if auditor cannot rely on controls, then what will happen? What will happen? Then he will have to increase the substantive testing. If he cannot rely, then he'll have to increase his sample size, increase the team size, increase the number of items he's testing, lower the materiality. Now, what is materiality? That we will discuss some other day. But this much you need to understand. Is this clear? So moving on, I will just giving you a look at the syllabus. Then, sir, test of controls, already I've explained. Communication or internal control. So this you generally do to the people who are charged with governance, TCWG. This is generally given to not shareholders. You never communicate anything on internal control to shareholders. In your report as an external auditor, not as internal auditor. Internal auditor will do, but internal auditor will not report to shareholders. Internal auditor will report to audit committee. So there has to be a communication on internal control to those charged with governance. Those charged with governance. Okay. Right. Then internal audit. So what is internal audit? That we will study. What is governance and all, everything. Scope of internal audit function, who handles it, what are the types of internal audits, right? So all of that we will study. Then, sir, audit evidence. So what is audit evidence? So what is audit evidence? I'm going to explain it to you. Basically, whenever you are talking about audit evidence, you'll have to talk about SI. What is SI? You have to talk about sufficient, appropriate audit evidence. So when I say sufficient, it means it should be quantitatively sufficient. When I say appropriate, it means that it should be qualitatively appropriate. Sufficient, appropriate audit evidence. So that is SI. Yes. Okay. What are the audit procedures? Procedures we are going to read about, but procedure will do only after understanding what are the assertions. Audit sampling, what are the types of sampling methods, and I'll also help you with how we used to do sampling. Okay, there used to be NSS, which is non-statistical sampling, and target testing. Then audit of specific items, automated tools and techniques, work of others, and not for profit organizations. So see, work of others, again, very, very important. How do you use an internal auditor? How do you use a management expert? How do you use an auditor's expert? So all of this, again, very, very important. Next, review and reporting. So this is bread and butter. Last, bread and butter, because this is ultimately what you have to do. If you are in Big Four, you'll have to do this. Subsequent events, you'll have to see what is the going concern and if it is valid or not. Written representation, audit finalization, and final review, and then you'll have to understand the independent auditor's report. So this is your syllabus in a nutshell. So I've tried to, also include things when telling you about the syllabus, and that is why precisely it has taken more time, but it's okay. I think we have achieved the purpose that I wanted to, touch upon things from audit. Obviously, we're going to study about all of this in great detail but I wanted to touch upon these things so that, next time when we study, something will strike. Okay, we did this, sir. Sir, you told about this in the first class. So I want you to be very, very, attentive next time and keep these things in mind. So today we are not doing anything else apart from this, and I'll just end the class an hour early today. But from the next time, or most probably tomorrow, from the next class onwards, I want all of you to be there, and I will expect. So see, now only 4 of you are left. So when we started with 14, there are just 4 left. So I don't know why, but I hope the strength is going to pick up and strength is going to increase. Obviously, I know. Good evening, Amit. So obviously, I know how many classes. Approximately, you can assume 30 classes. On an average, we finished the course in 30 classes. And I'll try to do it before that. That one reason of taking 4-hour classes was to do it earlier. Right? So to do it in like 25 classes only. Okay. So it's going to be some 70 to 80 hour. Okay. Thank you so much, Aman. Thanks a lot. But I want you guys to give me 3 C's: commitment, consistency, and courage. Thank you so much, Amit. And I really don't know why people have left, because this was a very important class. But anyways, I'm sure they are going to come back. They had their reasons. They will come back. So we'll carry on then from tomorrow. This is it for now. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Namaskar. Thank you.